Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a review of the new Jaclyn Cosmetics Prep and Set collection. I literally just got it in the mail. As you guys can see, I have not even removed any of the bubble wrap or anything out of here. So I have no idea what the product looks like. I have no idea what it feels like. This is going to be a raw and honest first impressions of Jaclyn Cosmetics' new Prep and Set collection. I did watch a couple reviews already just so I could kind of see what I was getting myself into. There was not many, so not a lot of beauty YouTubers were even remotely touching this collection. I'm unsure as to why. I bought all of these products with my own hard-earned money. Jaclyn Hill has no idea who I am. I have my receipt somewhere. So this is not paid, sponsored, anything of the sort. If you guys are new, do not forget to subscribe. The button will be down there. And give the video a thumbs up. It really does help me. And let's get on to reviewing these products. Okay, now that you guys are zoomed in a little bit closer, let's go ahead and unbox these. So the first thing we're taking out of the package is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Brightening Setting Palette, but the shades are Lilac, Coconut, Honey, and Almond. So first impression, packaging is cute. It reminds me a lot of the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palettes. If you guys have not seen them, I will insert a picture right here. It's very, very, very similar packaging. I don't know if you guys are gonna see that or if the camera's gonna pick it up well enough. So this shade is called Lilac. It has like a little bit of a pinky undertone to it. This next one is Coconut. I think it's giving me more of like a yellowy undertone. I don't know if you guys can see. The lighting is a little bit bright, so you may not be able to. This shade is Coconut. This is more like that banana-y yellow shade for underneath your eyes to brighten. And the shade right here is Honey. It reminds me a lot of this Kat Von D Shade Light palette, which if you guys don't know, I'm completely obsessed with these two shades. So those are kind of the shades I'm going to gravitate towards in the palette. Probably not the pinky one, just to be honest. This is probably the thing I'm most excited for, but the one I'm also most skeptical about. This is the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I feel like these are gimmicks. Like there's been so many other things that have come out that are very similar to this that give you the idea of like, oh, you know, it's supposed to hydrate underneath your eyes. This is what it looks like. The packaging is cute though. I will give it to her there. It's just a metal applicator. So it's going to be a little bit cooling on the under eye, which is very cooling. So it's probably going to help with creasing, whether that be less creasing or just no creasing at all. But I highly doubt that. I mean, you have creases under your eyes, they're still gonna be there. I'm not pulling these out in any order. Just wanted to kind of just get them out of the package. So this is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Under Eye Powder. This is in Brightening Banana. I think the packaging looks extremely luxurious. Like I really, really like the frosted glass. And it reminds me kind of like the Laura Mercier powder, just like the little thing there. The only thing I have to say is like there does not look like there is a ton of product in here. There is 6 grams or 0.21 ounces. Which, I mean, I feel like if you're someone who packs on the powder underneath your eyes to bake, you may be going through this powder fairly quickly. Okay, so the next thing is this Jaclyn Cosmetics Translucent Setting Powder. This I am worried about because, like I've said, I've seen other people's reviews of this, and they say it's not completely translucent, that it kind of lightens someone's foundation. So this is what it looks like, a completely white powder, and there is some shimmer to it. I can see it in my lights when I go like this. There is some shimmer in there, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm gonna like that. If I have some texture on my skin, it may emphasize that. So we will see. I like that there's a huge mirror. They all come with mirrors, so I really do like that about the packaging. And the last thing that I got was I think this is the medium under eye palette. I wanted 2 because we are approaching summertime and I do not stay this pale forever. I do tan up pretty fast, so I didn't want to just get one and then one be sold out. So, I mean, I definitely think I'm going to use this one more because I thought this was going to be a little bit more on like the deeper side for being the medium. but this is definitely very similar. I'm just going to compare with the one that I already use. They're very similar. So I'm going to say this palette is going to be the winner. This is what I'm going to be using all the time. I did not put any foundation on, any concealer, because I want to show you guys. The only thing I did was I put some moisturizer on, and I'm going to just prime my skin like I normally do. Okay, so my skin is all primed, moisturized, and all that. I do want to quickly go over the prices of each item just so you are aware. So these two Face It All Brightening Setting Palettes run for $40 each, which is a very high price for just a small highlighting setting powder palette, I have to say. So I'm really hoping that these are going to do what they need to do. The Last Act Translucent Powder runs for $28. The Bake and Brighten Under Eye Powder runs for $29, which, like I said before, the amount of product you get in here does not seem to be a lot, but like I said, we'll have to see how much you have to use. And the last thing, but definitely not least, is the Prep Starter Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and this is $24. So if you guys just can figure it out, I spent like $200 and something on all this. But you know what? You gotta like do the full review, and I can't just order one product. I have to order the entire collection to give you guys a full dedicated review. As you guys can see, my eye makeup is already done, and now we are going to move on to testing these products. So I'm going to use the under eye primer, and it's just a little white substance. I'm not going to put a lot just because I am unsure how hydrating this actually is. But I'm going to just blend it out with my finger, tapping in extremely lightly. The only thing I'm a little bit nervous about is balling up. You know, when trying new cream products or new products that I wear underneath my makeup, you know, sometimes it cannot react well with the concealer or the foundation, and the products can actually ball up and just decide not to stick to your actual skin. I mean, looking at my under eyes, it definitely looks hydrated. I'll give it that, but do I notice much else of a difference? Like, it feels cooling underneath there currently, but I guess we're gonna have to test it with some concealer on top of it to see how that works. Okay, so I quickly went ahead and did my foundation off camera, and now we are going to apply the concealer. And yes, my foundation and concealer are technically the same thing, but I wanted to show you guys how it went on camera. So we are just going to take this, and I'm going to use a little bit less of the actual product to see if that does anything different. So the one thing about me is I have extremely creasy under eyes. I pretty much always have, but as I've gotten older, it's just gotten a little bit worse, and it always settles. My concealer has never not settled. And that's just something that I have realized with wearing makeup, that obviously you're not going to be able to get rid of that unless I go get my under eyes filled with like filler. Other than that, you have to kind of accept your body for what it is and just realize that like you're not going to be able to fix everything. But if we can minimalize how much creasage there is underneath the eyes, I will feel a ton better. You know, I always go underneath my eyes and highlight, but we're going to skip that part today, and the reason that we're going to do that is because I want to see how well these powders actually brighten. I'm going to take the medium palette, and I'm going to use it on my sponge. Now, I have been using, actually no, that's a lie. I'm going to use it on a brush because this is how I use it every single day, like with my Kat Von D one, so I don't really want to change up anything there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy right here. This is the, I think the almond shade, with this Sigma F35 brush. And I'm going to pick the powder up just like this. And I'm just going to set underneath my eye. Where I like all of my brightness to be is in this triangle area underneath my eyes. I think it gives my cheekbones more or less a lifted appearance. But I don't know, I'm also kind of like, I know you can't see it much on camera, but it also is giving me a slight, like, I don't know, like white cast, dare I say. I just personally feel like it looks a little ashy. like right here. So that is Brightening. I will give it that. I did not put my lightening concealer underneath my eye, and it looks exactly like if I did. So I definitely like that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take the shade next to it, like this guy right here, and I'm going to go on the chin, and I'm going to go down the bridge of the nose, and I'm going to go in the middle of my forehead, just for a little bit of brightness. As you can see, there is still creasage under my eye. But what I will say is this, there is definitely a lot less creasage. I'm noticing it right now. Like there's only like one little line there and one you can barely see on this side, which is definitely different for me. I have to be honest with you on that. Usually I have a lot of creases underneath my eye, and it's just, like I said, something I've learned to deal with. I definitely have to say that my pores are smoothed over, and that is something that I like a lot. Now I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill Bronze Blush Duo in Golden Goddess and Warm Flush. I thought we could, you know, just use this palette also, and then I'm gonna see how well the Brightening Banana cleans up underneath it, because I am very sloppy when it comes to applying my bronzer. As you can see, it's just really messy. So now that my bronzer is on, do you see how much brighter my under eyes look? I feel like in the beginning it was kind of like you couldn't really see much of a difference, but my under eyes are bright. So now what we're gonna do is take this Brightening Banana shade. Now I have to take off this little stupid thing, but these nails do not help with that. So I'm going to take a pair of tweezers and just take that off. I'm going to take my sponge, and I'm going to use the flat side because it has this really sharp edge. So I'm going to go right underneath where my bronzer is. Wow. That's a full coverage powder. I will give you that. So I'm really excited to see how well that is going to bake. I don't know if I want to try underneath my eyes. It's already bright enough. So I feel like if I go to apply a little bit of the baking, it's going to be a little too much and it's going to dry out my under eyes, which is what I don't want. Okay, so now I'm just going to dust off this bakage. Like, look at that. It's a full coverage powder. I will give it that. But I don't like that harsh line of bake. Like that I don't like. So we're going to fix it. I'm just going to take like my really small contour brush and just go in and diffuse that line. Because like I said, that is just not something I think looks flattering on anybody. That's my own personal opinion. But it does clean up any mistakes that you may have made. Like I look really good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and let you guys know my final thoughts, what products I think were worth it, and what products I think you could definitely skip. You guys at home are probably thinking, oh my God, we follow an absolute imbecile. I purchased this, and I never even touched it. I didn't even set my face with it. I was so afraid to try it that I didn't even try it. So I'm going to definitely let you guys know on my Instagram or Instagram stories how I feel about this. I definitely will try this, and I will let you know if it's a yay or nay from me. I'm so sorry that I forgot to include it in this video. What an absolute idiot. I was just like in the swing of things of doing my makeup, and I completely forgot. So let's give you my final thoughts. So the Hydrating Under Eye Primer, I'm not very sure. I'm not sure if it's a yay, if it's a nay. I don't know if that's really what's causing my under eyes to look as good as it does, or if I just didn't layer many concealers, which I did not do today, which could be causing the too much creasage. So I'm going to have to use this product more. This is going to be something I'm going to have to try over and over and over again with different concealers, different products, and try days without, try days with, and see if I notice a big difference. So this one, like I said, I will let you guys know. If you see it in a favorites video down the road, then you guys obviously know that it worked. But if you don't, then it probably didn't work. The Face It All Brightening and Setting Palettes, the only things I have to say is I was a little bit disappointed at the shade range. I have to say, I am not a person of color, and I don't know the struggle that it is to go through finding makeup that works, but I have to say the shade range on this is just not amazing. If you were to go on the website, or I will link some pictures here, I just personally think that they could have done a little bit better. I mean, we're in 2021. You know, people are coming out with 40, 50, 60 different foundation shades. We need better. We need more. Like, this is good for people who have a lighter complexion, but we need better things for darker skin tone. I am a little bit upset that I purchased both of these, to be totally honest with you. I really anticipated this one to be like perfect for my current winter shade, and this one was going to be amazing for summer. I'm hoping that I can use this for summertime and it won't be too light underneath my eyes, but right now it's light and I have no tan. Like, this is just what my skin naturally looks like, and in the summer I do get pretty dark, so I may have to go to the third palette, which again doesn't say much about this shade range because I am very fair, but I do overall like the powder. It brightened underneath my eyes. It really did smooth my skin, and it looks really nicely. So I'm very excited to see how this wears, but this is a definite yes from me. I really, really like this. The Last Act Translucent Powder, unfortunately, I do not have a verdict on because I did not try it at all. But it does look a little dry, a little white casty. I just applied it on the back of my hand, and that does not seem super translucent. So I will try that off camera and give you guys like kind of my final thoughts about how I feel about that. And the last thing is the Bake and Brighten Under Eye Powder, and this one is in Brightening Banana. And I originally, when I was going to buy them, I bought two. I had like this one and the lighter one, but the lighter one sold out really quickly and it was like taken out of my cart, and this is the one I could get. Honestly, I'm glad I didn't go with the lighter shade. I feel like it was going to be a little bit too light for my skin. It was perfectly for baking underneath. Do I think this is something I would use every single day? No. Do I think I would probably trade off between using the baking powder and this highlighting powder? Probably, because this will probably do very similar things to my under eye and it will just brighten, which is the point. Overall, I feel like the collection was fair. I'm not going to give it an A+. I'm not going to give it a C. It was a good collection. I feel like the products did what they said they were going to do. I feel like my skin looks really, really good, but I want to know why. Like, is it actually these powders, or am I just having a really good skin day? Have you ever had one of those where it's like your skin looks amazing, you could use the exact same products you did the day before, but your skin just looks so perfect? That is how I feel like my skin looks today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review, and if you do want to see more, let me know, and let me know products that you guys want me to review, because I'm constantly purchasing new makeup and trying to find homes for it in my makeup collection because it's a goddamn mess. All I have to say is it's literally crazy, but everything is put away now, thank God. But this is the final look, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys have not already, and don't forget to check out my last couple of videos if you guys have not seen them, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.